What's going on, Cell Team 6? Rob Martin coming to you live again. Good news is tonight, I'm not going to drag this thing out forever. We're going to keep it short and sweet. So I went to do the senior center, right? And we get there. This wasn't like a senior living center. Senior living centers are really cool because when you get there, you don't have to travel around and go hit your appointments. They're all right there in the same building. You just set up the appointment. Now, we got something for you too on this. My partner, Chris Morrell, he's actually editing that video right now. Please take the time to watch and see how I handle the senior center, because I use the stuff that we talk about here. The way I do my presentation is basically what I said to an entire group.
Save anybody for anybody else. I grew up in a family from the country. My grandparents, I used to hear this story. My grandmother had 13 brothers and sisters, and my uncle tells this story how, I'm gonna sit down because I'm really tall. I don't want to like a tower over you guys. But I mean, my uncle tells this story. He said when I first came to this family, they don't mess around when it comes to food, you know. And 13 kids, you know, my granny was a baby, so she was the spoiled one of 13. I don't know how you get spoiled, but, and people always talk about 13 being unlucky. But I always thought 13 was my lucky number, because if it were 13, I wouldn't be here. So 13's been on every jersey I've ever worn. So it might be unlucky for somebody else, but I'm loving some 13. But anyway, my uncle tells the story. He said, man, it was Sunday. You know how it is back then. My granny's close to 100 years old now, so you know how it was back in the days. They'd have the spread out after church. Everybody comes in. He goes, they come in there. And as soon as that food hit the table, he said he thought he'd stand in back and be polite. He said it wasn't 60 seconds later the Tasmanian devil went to there. He said, over wasn't a piece of bread. What even enough gravy to eat with nothing. He said they just tore the food up. So, you know, I'm used to there's not any food left. That's okay. But anyway, it's my work. So guys, what I want to talk to you about today is, guys, you've dealt with, how many people here have life insurance? Just curious. How many guys have had somebody show up at the door, a little piece of paper, says, oh, you sit this slip in, we're going to come in here, we're going to help you. How many people got some help from some insurance guy? You've had these guys coming to your house one after another, don't you? One after another, they all got a better deal than the guy before. Listen, insurance is insurance. Life insurance is life insurance. If it's set up correctly, it's not a bad thing. What I find more times than not, when I got into this business, the first thing that I saw was people were paying for stuff that they had no clue what they were paying for. 70–80% of the people I'm meeting, easy, that's probably a low number. That number's not as high as what it really is, but I don't want you to not believe what I'm telling you. You'll have to see for yourself. But 70–90% of the people I'm meeting have life insurance policies that die before they do. Now, isn't that kind of silly? Have life insurance that dies before you do? Now, that's okay if you know it, right? The problem isn't that the life insurance dies before you do, it's that they don't know. You know, I don't have some stuff with me I wish I had today, but I got pictures of letters from families where the mother passed away, and she wasn't educated on how to pay for her insurance. She went to hospital for 3 months, died, policy lapsed, family never got a penny, she paid them for like 18 years. Worst thing was, the type of insurance it was, it didn't even build any kind of cash value. I've run into people who've been paying insurance companies for 15, 20, 30 years, and I can't say, hey, your insurance is awful. I can't do that. You know why? Because it's like telling somebody that their boyfriend or their wife's cheating on them. You can't tell nobody that. You know what I mean? They ain't hearing it. So I learned to get on the phone with their company, and I make their companies tell them the truth. No insurance is bad insurance. It's just a matter of making sure you know what you're paying for, and you know where your policy's going, and you want to make sure that it's there when your family needs it. Now, my mama's family, you can imagine there's a little bit of selfish going on in that family. You know, they're all swiping every piece of bread. They didn't worry my uncle got anything to eat. It's a selfish mentality. That's why they were. You know, everyone's growing up, everybody makes sure they got theirs, and if there's anything left, you better hurry up and get it. But even if you're a selfish person and you're willing to pay for life insurance, that's the one unselfish act that some people, that's the only unselfish act they've ever done in their life. Because there's one person at least out there they care about more than themselves. And you pay for this policy and it's laying in the door and you figure, I got life insurance, I'm good. And I guarantee you, at least 99% of the people in this room that have life insurance, I bet if I want to open up your policy, it's like that Bible that sits on the coffee table, but when you're allowed to touch, it cracks and stuff, because when you open it, it could be 20 years old, and it cracks because you've never even looked inside of it, because you don't know what all that stuff means. You're not expected to know what it means. People know you don't know what it means. What we do is we educate you on how these things work, okay? Before I get too deep into that, the first thing I want to talk to you about is your bills, your phone, your internet, your TV. There's something called bill cramming, and nobody seems to know about this. And I was a Dish Network DirecTV retailer for 18 years. I worked directly with companies like Windstream and AT&T. And one thing I did is I signed up 250 new customers a month for satellite TV. The average guy that did what I did was only signing up 8 to 12. Do you know why I signed up so many? Because I didn't go in there just to sell on TV. I would go in and I started digging into these things that people were doing to take advantage of them. I told them the truth about how much their bill was, and I was so successful from doing that. But what I did realize too is I'm the last generation to pay for subscription cable service. You know what I mean? All these kids are starting using Netflix and this stuff, and I was like, I can't afford to be 60 years old and look for a job. So I started looking around, and I came to my pastor one day, and he was sitting there. I never stopped seeing this guy, so I felt like it's meant to be. This is before Randy was my pastor, and Randy knows Ron really well. I went to see Ron one day, and I never stopped to see him. I was happened to be in the area. I walked in his office, and you know, the Lord does things in funny ways. But I walked in, I had been telling my wife, we need to find something different besides this, because it's not going to be here forever. And I walked in his office, he used to get his insurance license. I said, what are you doing? He said, I'll get my insurance license. I said, what are you doing that for? Well, he told me how all this stuff works. And I said, well, I think I can make money doing that. It makes pretty good sense. Called my wife, she got a license. My pastor didn't even get his license, so I still feel like the people asked me today, I went to a big meeting, they're like, what brought everybody here? And they had a fancy way to sing while they were there. They got to me, I said, Jesus sent me. Because that's what they determine it. When my wife got licensed and we got licensed, first person we called was Randy Hollis. And Randy can probably verify with you to this day. The first thing I told him, I said, Randy, we're going to change this business. And I never even seen a life insurance policy yet. I said, we're going to change this industry. He's like, okay. Because everybody says that, right? I said, no, we're going to save people money on their bills. There's things going on here that people aren't aware of, and I knew that. And I came around and I started digging into people's utility bills. Now, just imagine this on your phone bill, for instance. Everybody pay, how many people got a home phone, landline home phone? Huh? How many people pay at least $50 to $90 for a landline home phone bill? Now, do you realize that there's a home phone out there you can get for $20 a month? You keep the same phone number and you use the same phone that you're using right now. Did you know that? Hmm? Don't you think somebody should tell you that? You know why they're not telling you that? Because there ain't no money in the cure. If you're willing to pay them $60 to $90 a month, they're going to keep taking it. Well, what I do is I help you find out where to get that. You think that trust me, AT&T doesn't pay me to get you on a $20 a month home phone plan permanently. They're not paying me to cut your bill down $70. They probably got a picture of me like America's Most Wanted in there. You know, remember Al Bundy, he couldn't go to the drive-thru? That's me and all these cable companies and stuff. So, but the thing is, at the end of the day, I'm like this. That's how I do my job. Everybody's home I go into, and I see clients every single day. Every home I walk into, my goal is not to sell you insurance. I don't have to, because I already know 9 out of 10 people's homes I'm in, their insurance is a mess. I save you money on your bills. My goal is to save people as much money as I can on utility bills. And isn't that craziest thing you ever heard an insurance salesman guys say in your life? You ever heard an insurance salesman say, I want to save you money on your TV bill? Sounds crazy, don't it? But I do that for the purpose of, number one, I want to do something to genuinely benefit people, and I feel like if you bless people, that you get blessed down the road. That's just how it works, okay? The company I worked for before the one I'm with now, they let me go because they said I was reinventing the wheel. They didn't want me changing the way everybody was doing things. So I jumped off. There's so many little things that you're being charged for, and that's what I teach people to do. So what David's going to do for you when we get done here, he's going to get you to fill out a slip. He's going to set an appointment with you. He's going to come out, he's going to sit down, he's going to go through those bills, and if he doesn't understand, he's going to send me a picture of it. I'll pull my phone out later and show you. I got about 300 people that send me pictures of bills every day because they're trying to learn how to do this. I don't get paid to do that, but I know that if you bless people, you get blessed. That's how it works. Blessing for a blessing, right? So that's what we're here to do for you. Well, first thing we're going to do is David is going to get you to fill out this information. You're going to fill out that little slip. You're going to pick 2 days that will work for you. You're going to pick 2 time slots that will work for you. Make sure you fill it out because you don't want to miss out on this, because if you do, there's going to be people here that don't miss out on it. And then they're going to be bragging about it. You're like, man, I wish I'd have done that. Because I promise you, what I would like David to do, David, this is something I want you to do here if they'll let you. If they'll let you put up a poster board here, nobody's name goes on it. We're going to get a tally going how much money we save people. The first time I went to a senior living center, the first 13 apartments I was in, I saved them $12,850 over the first year. Randy was there, first one ever done. And it was amazing. It's amazing to see people respond, because the thing is nobody's helping you guys save money where you need it. You know, if we were all rich, we wouldn't be here hanging out eating, would we? We'd be somewhere fancy. We'd be downtown eating whenever that spin in a restaurant, whatever it is down there. You know, I tried to go there until I got too dizzy. I had to leave. I can't spin and eat. That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. But anyway, if we all had a bunch of money, you know, we'd be doing something different probably right now. Wouldn't we? Be on a cruise or somewhere, you know. We're retired. We're doing our thing, but we're all on fixed income. How many people on fixed income? Any millionaires in the room? Anybody got so much money they don't need us to help them save money? Because if you're one of those people, let us save you money anyway, and we'll give it to one of these people that needs it. I'm sure they'll appreciate the blessing. It works out really good like that. So we're going to come here and we're going to find the things on your bill you're paying for you shouldn't be. In addition to that, we're going to make them give you some discounts to make up for the money you've been overpaying all this time. I don't play I'm serious. It's serious. I get serious about this. I get mad at them too. I don't play no games. I'm gonna teach, and the other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna teach you how to do this because the companies always like the bills to go up. But we'll get your bill locked in. We'll eliminate. I usually eliminate $20 to $30 to $40 permanent things on your bill you should be paying for just on a TV bill. Then I'll make them give you another $20, $30 discount if it's a possibility. I can't say everybody's possibility, but I see people paying $180, $200, $250 TV, phone, internet. I got people paying for internet that don't even have a computer, but they told you this is part of the deal. No, it's not part of the deal. It's how they make money. Everybody's making money. Everything you do, everybody's trying to make $1. And I get that. I started doing insurance to make $1, but at the end of the day, I found out, you know what? The more people I've blessed, the more I've been blessed. You know, I've ordered more insurance. In the first 4.5 months I did this job, I ordered more insurance than anybody at the company I was at that let me go for saving people money on their bills. You know why? Because those people kept sending me to see more and more and more and more and more people. And I kept uncovering more and more and more messes. And I wasn't trying to tell you, hey, funerals are getting more expensive. Anybody ever heard that? Who's had an insurance guy at your house before? And you heard it said, I already got insurance. Well, you know, funerals are getting more expensive. And he tries to say, you know, $2,000. Let's see a hand here. Who's heard that before? Anybody ever heard that? You need another $2,000. That's bull crap. Funerals ain't going up. Funerals within $500 now is what they were 10 years ago. That's just a bunch of junk they use to try to sell you a little bit more. You don't need a little bit more. Anybody here got more than 2 or 3 policies? Anybody got 3, 4, 5, 6 policies? Do you know every time you have an extra policy, you're paying $50 policy fee on each policy? I found a lady had 14 policies one time for $15,000 worth of insurance. Multiply that times 50. She was paying her 3 payments a year just went to cover policy fees for the year. So we compressed them all into one, saved her money, or gave her more insurance. It was her choice, but she had a choice and understood what she was paying for. Do you realize that 2 out of 3 types of life insurance out there die before you do? Did you know that? Don't you think somebody should tell you that? Do you know how many people I meet every day that got loans against their policy and they've never taken a loan out? Do you know why they got a loan on their policy? Do you know why? Because there's a little box that these agents check on there that says automatic premium loan. Now, if you even seen that, you don't even know what that means. You think it means something good for you, don't you? Automatically giving me some kind of a premium quality loan, right? It's not a premium quality loan they're giving you. If you miss a payment, and I had this lady in Stanford, Kentucky. Okay, I knocked on her door, and I did get some stuff, and I hope David gets a chance to do this for you. It's called Missing Money Finder. I happened to find like a $500 or $500, it's like $900. It was $900 I found for her in unclaimed property the state was holding. It was an insurance policy where somebody died, she was a beneficiary, they never got in touch with her. Been sitting there for like 18 years. I found that for her, so she at least was willing to talk to me. I asked her if she had loans on her policy. I thought she was going to slap me for asking her. I didn't put the loan on her policy, I just asked the question, but she was so offended that I would even ask such a question. I called the insurance company 28 years ago when she took these policies out. She's paying 80-something bucks a month for these policies. She took these out. 3 years later, she got a new checking account, called the company to switch it out. Took them 3 months to get it done. She didn't know. They took the premium out of her cash value for those 3 months. The loan value was $3,800 at this point because they kept adding interest to it. They tell you, you don't got to pay that loan back. Well, you don't, but guess what? That policy will last. You know, if you have a policy that has a loan against it and you're not paying that loan back, even if you're paying the interest, something's going to happen somewhere down the road. Maybe you can't. Do you know what that does is if you have a loan against the policy, that interest that builds up, they say you don't have to pay it. You don't have to pay it. But do you know that they will eat up what little bit of cash value you have left with the interest and they will cancel that policy on you? Huh? Did anybody know that? They will cancel that policy on you so quick? How many people know somebody that passed away, thought they had a $10,000 policy and they get $2,000? Anybody ever heard of that before? You know why that happens? Because of the loans that they build up on there. Sometimes people don't know loans on there. They act like they're doing you a favor. Listen, that loan is not a favor. That loan is your money. That's the money you've been paying into it. And they charge you 7, 8, 9% interest against that loan. I see it every day, guys. 9 out of 10 homes I'm in, I see some kind of issue with the insurance. And I will never come to your house and tell you your insurance is messed up. I won't do that. But what I will do is when I see what's going on, I'm going to pick up that phone and I'm going to call that company. Now, y'all excuse me, I kind of act like a little bit of a dumb hillbilly. When I first started this conversation, this is how it works. I get them on the phone, I say, how much money she get if she dies anyway? Because these guys ain't dumb. They know that agents come behind and they call and ask questions. So I had to dumb myself up a little bit so they don't think I know anything. Oh, she's got $10,000 coming. And maybe it's a universal life policy. You may know the universal life policy. If you got insurance back in the 70s and 80s, if you got a universal life policy, do you know that policy will typically die way before you do? You know, they tell you you never have to pay any more money a month. So you know what I ask them? Does she ever have to pay any more money a month? No, she never has to. Okay. And then I change my voice back to normal. Let me ask you a question. This is a universal policy. You're like, who's this? I'm like, it's the same guy. They say, oh, okay. I'm like, this is a universal policy, right? Well, it's a variable adjustable premium policy. Like, it's a variable adjustable whole life. That's what they'll tell them. Variable adjustable whole life. They throw whole life in there to confuse you. But what's variable mean? Does anybody know what variable means? It can change, right? What's adjustable mean? It can change, so it's not permanent, right? It's a variable, because people are catching on to the universal life. They start calling it variable adjustable whole life. It's a universal policy. Now here's the thing, the premium does not go up. But you know what does go up? The cost of insurance goes up. Eventually the cost of insurance is more than the interest you're gaining, plus the cost of insurance is more than the payment that you're paying in. And guess where, and I'll make them tell you. So if that happens, man, could you tell this young lady that I'm sitting here talking to? Yes, ma'am, she's 73 years young. Now, could you tell her where that difference in the payment, where that comes from? Because she said she never has to pay any more money. They use the word has to. You may have heard that. It's all, the words are important. That's what we do, is we teach you those words. It comes out of the cash value. That's our stuttering and stammering and carrying on. You know what I mean? They'll hold on for a minute. And you listen, I look at my clients every day. They start, look, you get that feeling right now. Ain't you? I can see these stuff. It's already ruined. I didn't get your insurance coming on the phone yet. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Huh? They start getting that feeling. I'm saying that's the same feeling you got when your kids was lying to you, ain't it? Same feeling you got when your kids was lying. I say, because I mute the phone. I don't want you to hear me say, I don't mute the phone. I'm like, that same feeling you got. They're like, yeah. I said, don't get mad. Let's hold on for a minute. We're going to tell the whole truth. Don't say that. I had one lady threw her remote control of my phone. She got so mad. Cussing on my phone, everyone's like, she can't see, honey. And I almost got hit with that remote. We had to get hazard pay on that one. But anyway, and I said, now tell this lady what happens when the cash value is consumed. I can't talk, I'm not qualified. Ma'am, you've been qualified. So you talk to this lady, tell her the truth, like it's your granny we're talking to. You tell this lady the truth. What's going to happen to that policy? It's going to lapse. I'll mute that phone. I'll ask my client this. Did you know that? And that was the problem. They didn't know. They didn't have a clue. And the problem is when you pay for something that long, you're doing it unselfishly. Even if you're the most selfish human being in the world, and you pay for insurance, there's somebody out there that you care about more than you do yourself. And for you to be taken advantage of on something like that, and the thing is, how many people have died? I got a letter, lady died thinking she had insurance. Family never got a nickel. $20,000 policy she was paying because it was a term policy. She didn't know it. She didn't realize they didn't build cash value. They didn't get no cash value. They didn't get a nickel. She went to the hospital in November. And if you don't have a copy, they can take it when you show, so you can show them this letter. She didn't have it. She didn't have it. She was stubborn. She wouldn't let them take the money out of her checking account. She said, I ain't taking the money out of my checking account. Ain't nobody touching my account. I'll mail them a check. It's good. So you feel more comfortable. She felt more comfortable putting that check in the mailbox. Letting about 100 people handle it every month. Insurance company gets it, then they're punching in, and guess what? You know what they do? You think they mail that back to your bank like they did in the 80s? No, they automatically grab the money out of your account anyway. So why not give it to the guy at your house that you trust, and let's have it taken out the right way. So something happens, you go in the hospital like she did, in a coma, your premium still gets paid. But the letter clearly says, we're so sorry about the death of the above named insured. So sorry. So sorry. Next paragraph. But we will not be paying a death claim on the above named insured because the policy lapsed on November 24th, 2014. If you have proof of policy insured, please send us that proof and we will be sure to investigate. But as of now, you ain't getting no money. In the last paragraph said, if you ever need more insurance, feel free to give us a call. She paid them for almost 18 years or more. And it's devastating. Prepaid funerals, who's got a prepaid funeral here? Who's ever, I'm gonna prepay for my funeral. Listen, funeral homes are getting bought up by these big corporations. Don't ever fool yourself. Prepaid funeral scams in Kentucky, they uncovered over $500 million. That's $500 million worth of prepaid funeral scams. If you've ever got one, go read it. Get this guy in here, let him look at it. You've got a guaranteed section. We're going to sell you that coffin and we're going to get a little concrete tomb, whatever they call that thing, for $1,500. That's a guaranteed price. That's a good deal, ain't it, for a coffin in the tomb? But that's a heck of a deal. You know what they do? They sign you up for a $5 or $6 or $7 or $8, whatever they can get you out of you, $8,000 whole life policy, and they're the beneficiary. If you die 2 days later, they've got $8,000 or something that you thought you were paying $1,500 for. Now here's the best part. There's a non-guaranteed section. The non-guaranteed section, it clearly says on the back, but it's usually like a pink piece of light pink paper, you know, and it's in a little light gray writing. You can't hardly read it. It says the non-guaranteed guaranteed section is fully covered by the policy that you purchase that they're the beneficiary to. The non-guaranteed section, due to cost of inflation, your family will be responsible, or your family or loved ones will be responsible for the difference. Most people I've met that have one of those, they had to pay an extra $4,000 or $5,000. They didn't know no better, so they paid it. So it's about understanding what you're paying for, understanding where it's going. You don't buy life insurance for you. It's something that lays in your drawer, you see, don't find out about. What we do is, the first thing David's going to do is, everybody's got one of them cards, you need to fill it out, put your name on it, check all the boxes, let us come do it all for you. Listen, you're not going to lose anything. If we can't make you better, we leave. But you'll know what you're paying for. We will save you money on your bills. I went one time for an entire week, never sold a single policy, never made a nickel, but I saved people about $18,000, $20,000 for the year on their utility bills. You know what? I felt just as good as if I had them, because I get blessed, the blessings will come. So fill the slip out, pick out 2 dates, pick out 2 time slots. David will get in touch with you, make sure your phone number is on there. He's going to come out there, he's going to help you save money on your bills. If there's money to be saved, he's going to find it. I'm going to help him. He's going to review your insurance, make sure you understand it. He's going to educate you on insurance. We got an Insurance for Dummies paper, I'm just kidding, Insurance 101. It explains insurance in terms you can understand. That's what it does. Once you understand how the insurance works, we're going to look at your policy review, we're going to call your company, we're going to make them tell you the truth about what's going on. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. But at least find out now. Would you rather find out now, or your family find out if you're dead, or say, Mom, she said she had insurance, she had nothing. You ever heard that thought going on at your home? Mm-hmm. She said she paid for it, and she bought all that money up. She knew what she did. You know what I'm talking about, Chucky, because that's how people talk, ain't it? You've been to funerals and that happens, and that's how they talk. And the thing is, it wasn't that Mama did anything wrong. Mama thought she had insurance. But Mama's lasting legacy was Mama just spent up all the money in the policy and left us paying for the funeral. Nobody wants that. Have you ever heard that conversation before? You ever heard people talk like that before? Ever? I mean, it happens. I see it every day, guys. I see it every single day. I see these things. All we're going to do is educate you. We're going to save you money on your bills. We're going to educate you. If there's a problem with your insurance, we work with multiple carriers. We will partner you with the right company if we see a problem. But you're going to know the problem's there, because we're going to make your insurance company tell you the truth. It's not going to come from us. It is what it is. We're going to show you in your policy. If you have your policy, make sure you find it, because the information's all in there. How your rate goes up. People have a policy. How many people have heard of people having a term policy, and then they turn 73, 75 years old and they cancel it on you? Well, you know what? That policy was convertible without proof of insurability. So even if you had just got over cancer treatments, you could have converted that policy without proof of insurability, as long as you've done it by the time you were 70. But the policy won't lapse until you're 75, so you don't even pick up on it. They know that. We're going to make sure you know what you're spending your money on. In addition to that, we make sure we have an emergency contact sheet to make sure your policies don't end up in an unclaimed property network. 20% of all life insurance policies end up in a state unclaimed property. We're going to give your family a card. When you pass away, they're going to know who to call. We want the people to love you the most. We don't want you to love the most, because most of those are haters. You know how it is. The ones that we spoil and love the most, they won't do good for us. But the ones that love you the most, we're going to give them a card, so when something happens to you, they know who to call. That's what we're going to do for them. And they call us, we're going to make sure you get your money. It's those little things that go a long way. This is an industry that we're trying to make a difference in. I've got agents all over the country. I'm teaching to do this, and we're trying to save seniors. My goal is for us to save seniors, have 10,000 agents saving people money like I did. Save seniors billions of dollars. Imagine folks just like you be able to save $100. Who could use an extra $100 a month right now? That's my average savings for my average client. $100 a month, that's $1,200 a year. That's more than most people make in a month. They can save. I would save them in a year, and it happens every day. That money's there, it's your money. If you don't need it, let us come anyway. We'll give it to somebody who does. Give it to the church, give it to somebody. Somebody can use the money, but it's out there. There's no point giving it to these companies. They don't care about you. You don't got to switch carriers. You don't switch service. The home phone, AT&T has a $20 a month home phone, and it works off the wireless stuff that's up there. It sounds better. Because you all know this when you're talking on the phone, it's like talking in a box, ain't it? You know, the home phone landline is like a box in it. You know why? Because they're not updating those lines. They're not doing anything special, but you get charged out the yin-yang for it. There's federal discounts called Lifeline you can get. You've been paying for it your whole life on that phone, 14, 18 cents a month. Everybody pays a phone bill, pays a Lifeline discount. It's a federal discount that you're entitled to. $12.75 off your bill every month, just off a landline home phone, but nobody's told you about it, have they? Huh? You're paying anywhere from $10 to $20 a month for an in-home wiring plan. Now, listen, you don't have to be a construction expert to know that if your light switch goes bad or your fixture goes bad, you don't rip the drywall out and pull the wire out and replace it, do you? You replace a 75-cent switch or something. They charge people $15, $20 a month for in-home wiring plan. You don't need it. It's a way to get extra money out of you guys. These things go on every day. I see it time after time after time. I've got thousands. I've got about 18 to 20,000 followers on social media right now. And I just got on social media, what was it, Randy? November? October? I started on social media. I've never been on there in my life. I don't care about all that, what people are doing or what you 8 years today. But I got on there to start building a following to do this. And since October, I've got 18,000 followers. Guys in insurance that want to find a way to help their client legitimately instead of the way they've been taught up to this time. So that's what we're doing. Something different. If you want to be a part and you want us to help you save money on your bills, fill out the slip, make sure David gets it. Pick two time slots in 2 days. That you can be home both of those days or on those time slots, because we don't want to miss anybody. We want to make sure everybody gets seen. We want to make sure we talk to everybody. But don't miss out on your opportunity to save us money, guys, because worst case scenario, you get to hang out with David. And he's a handsome fellow. You get to hang out with David for an hour or so. Best case scenario, he might save you $150 on your bills, $100 a month on your utility bills, and he might uncover some money that you have coming to you on your policy. He might keep you from having a policy to lapse on you. Because listen, we don't get any younger. If you got a problem with your insurance, you want to fix it. You're as young and as healthy as you're ever going to be today. You want to fix it as soon as you can if there's a problem. Don't wait another year, don't wait another 6 months. I've had people do that, and then they call me after the fact. You don't want that to happen. So give David the opportunity to take care of you guys. I'm not going to be there, but I'll be there to help David when he's there for you. So you guys fill that out. That's pretty much all I got for you.
I can say MIMO. I can say that. So just keep that in mind, because you're going to be hearing that here soon. Anyway, guys, I'll see you next Wednesday. And I think Monday, David and me, we need to get together on a few things this week. But Monday, we're going to, David Duford is going to be on talking about some stuff. So you guys be looking for him, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. I'm trying to figure out how to split the screen so I can interview some people. So I'll see you guys next week. Thank you, and God bless.